Want to talk about ChugBuds for just 2 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, when you came on that tour.
I was in the room. I was in the room when you met the OG ChugBud guy.
Wow.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
On Weed Street.
Yep.
And
we had a good one.
Yeah, that was awesome. And I just remember thinking, wow. And now here we are. I'm ripping ChugBuds.
Wow. Yeah, no, I mean, dude.
And now ChugBud is a new sponsor of the podcast.
Yes.
Let's just say you might have been thinking that's not a ChugBud poster, and you're right.
You are ChugBud. Even though that debacle, you are ChugBud. You are Stevenson Ranch. You're the whole thing. You're the whole.
In the words
you're
of
the
Elvis,
whole kit and caboodle.
In the words of Elvis Presley, I am. Oh, that was God.
Thank you to not ChugBud for keeping the podcast going.
Oh, yeah. Dude, look, Hunter, this is for you specifically. Fucking thank you. Seriously, I'm about to text you as soon as we're done recording. I would like to thank them for all this. They helped get me here. Mm-hmm. But he knows. I mean, he's fans of the movement too, dude.
Yeah.
ChugBud, it had to happen.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I can't post anything without people commenting. What about ChugBud?
What the fuck, man? Where's the ChugBud?
I turned my comments off one time because I
love that
because I thought the other company was gonna get upset with how many comments were coming in.
Hey, we have I mean, obviously our fans are fucking awesome. Like that's how I've made it this far, and you know, because it's not a monstrous fan base. It's never been like you have to sort out. Mike Stud or Mike or any of this really, you kind of have to sort it out. It has to come to you in the sense where like, I'm not everywhere. I'm not on TV. I'm not on your playlists. You know, like it's not being promoted to you really ever. It's like somehow it integrates its way into your life. So like, my point of saying that is like, we've been able to curate it and keep it that way over time. So like when we do, like, that's why I knew what I could do with this, you know, and I flew him out on the tour you were on. The kid had an idea. He had a small business. He was making them in his garage, like by himself, and sent it to me. And we kind of had a bell go off when we saw it, and we had it at the house in LA, and people started doing them. And I saw what was going on, and I was like, you know, I think it was Foley who was like, yo, you know, so we work. Yeah, so I'm like, yo, where are you from? You know, like he wanted to pay me to do a post. And he was just like, yeah, like this, this is important. Like I'm spending all my money. Like it was like $8,000 or $10,000 posts. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, how about we have a tour starting. I'll fly you to Chicago. He lived kind of close. Yeah. And, or I think maybe even drove. Yeah. I don't even know if he flew, and came and met us. And right out of the gate, it was the first conversation I had. I was like, yo, let me partner with you on this. And like, let me explain why I'm the best strategic partner for this. Right. And he already he's like, dude, I literally tried to get this in front of you like a year ago when I first made the first one. And I was, so there was synergy there. And also like, he didn't have the means or the understanding to really like grow we were pretty established in monetizing to our fans and the infrastructure of running e-commerce business. And obviously I had
your merch does really well.
So yeah. I mean, we've really like, we went through the trenches with it. Yeah. We did it all ourselves. So like a lot of the learning curve, and we got our ass kicked for a handful of time, profit, P&L, like really managing the infrastructure of it so that like it's profitable and ran properly. And by this time we were just really arriving there with that stuff. So I had a lot of confidence in like how we could do it. And also just like, hey man, like, look, you could pay people and take these risks to post. And like, I like that. I like that idea for growth. Or you let me partner and I'll post it fucking 70 times before they even go on sale. To the point where my fans were like, what the fuck is that? And where can we get one? Right. For a while. Right. So then when we, by the time I dropped it, they were fucking flying off the shelves. You know what I mean? And as fast as we could make them, we're making them in my garage. They'd sell out in a fucking hour, 2 hours. We'd go through like 2,000 units of it. Yeah. So, and my point to him was just like, dude, I'll do this with my fan base, but I'm going to get it. I'll get it essentially like all my homies out in LA, all these influencers and kids I knew. I was like, I'll make this, we can make this a thing. And this was kind of before TikTok started to boom off. Like the way, I think TikTok was just beginning or in beta at this time. Yeah. But like I got, it got around Los Angeles enough, and I was able to get it with some cool people enough to where like it organically took off on TikTok. And I mean, it was a huge turning point for us where we, started to really reach like a new audience. Cause again, our fans are fucking awesome, but
it's gone to the athlete community.
Yeah, it's gone. You're growing outside of even the Mike thing or Stevenson Ranch, any of that,
Right.
And that was kind of my initial pitch to him. So I ended up acquiring the whole company. He's in still, I think, at 3% or 5%, and gave him $1 million.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's amazing.
He made $1 million.
Also, good for him, dude.
Yeah, and like to be completely fair, like I'm gonna make a lot. We're gonna make a lot of money on that, right? And you could say that was a bad deal, but I truly think it wouldn't even have gotten there. He would have never made $1 million profit. Like, you know what I mean? It's really, not to say never, but there was just so many, like, we're still in legalities. Like, we're still, like, the patent protections and all, because it really got popular pretty fast. And there was a lot, like, I was 300K in expenses where the company would have never been able to sustain it. You know what I mean? So. Right. That was, and I really, like, I'm good friends with him to this day, and he's still part of our company and our discussions all the time because I respected his understanding of that, like, he knew it was a rocket idea once we started selling them the way we were, and they were growing, and, and it was just like, look, you could hoard or like, you do this right, I'm the guy, and like, I'll grow this really as much, I'll put my everything into it. And I'll, give them a bunch of money, which worked out, So it's everyone's winning, but I really do. I'm so excited to have you on board, but there's so many things in the works. I'm gonna do a ton of activations with people, like even just Barstool and all these people. There's gonna be a lot of cool things we do this year.
Right.
So I'm excited about it. This is something that wouldn't exist if I was on a record deal and shit. I probably wouldn't be doing like the entrepreneur.
The freedom to just fly somebody in and say, hey.
Well, we spend a ton of time on this. Yeah. Really, I spend a lot of time on this with Foley and my guys to manage these businesses and grow them and shit. And if
Stevenson Ranch is also, just while we're on businesses, while I was waiting on my truck after we ate at Blanco today, also Blanco on Broadway, bro. 5th and Broadway.
Haven't been either.
So good. But Stevenson Ranch hat, seen one. Said Stevie Daniels, turned around, he said, Steven! Like, yeah, dude, let's go. They're out of here.
No, I mean, dude, I've had there's tons of synergy with your fans and mine, and
it's great.
And you being we love seeing you wearing the SR, and it's just perfect.
It fit great because honestly, like, I just love how the hat fits, Like, you can have a cock on it. But
fuck you guys, it's just a fit.
No, but
just being earnest. Just being earnest. Just being earnest. Just being earnest.